This is the craziest real-life death match. Those badasses from the Expendables? They can't even hack it for 30 seconds before biting the dust. The Avengers? They can't make it past half a minute either. And halfway through the game, there's a cheerleading squad doing super high energy dances. Heck, even Taylor Swift drops by for a guest performance. This is the incredibly popular The Starving Games. Under the dictator's rule, all the rich and powerful hole up in the capital. They don't lift a finger for anything, getting fed and dressed like royalty. Their taste just gets weirder and weirder. They only want to watch shows that get their adrenaline pumping. And that's how the folks in the poor districts get the short end of the stick. Every year, they have to draw lots to pick a pair of teenagers to join this life or death battle. Think about it. Poor folks already don't have enough to eat. 2 people fight over a single bone. Cows are milked dry. Some people are so starving, they even slather sauce on their arms and bite into them like food. They're already this hungry, and yet they're forced to be entertainment for the elites. To avoid joining the Starving Games, one guy even breaks his own leg on purpose. Another bashes his head with a frying pan. Even Harry Potter doesn't want to go. He uses magic on a muggle, but what happens?
Your movie franchise is over. Get back in line.
No one gets a free pass. This game is created by a guy named Snowballs. He's got 3 so-called grand prizes ready, half a piece of 30-year-old cured beef, a 40% off coupon that's expiring soon, and a bitten pickle. Yeah, still covered in fresh saliva. And get this, the townsfolk are drooling over this junk. They can't help but sign up. As soon as the host yells, "Start the drawing," disaster strikes. Can't Miss's little sister, Petunia, gets picked. Can't Miss has taken care of Petunia since they were kids. They're super close.
Yes! I didn't get picked. No more games for me now. Suck it!
But Petunia looks up at Can't Miss, all helpless, and says, "But I got chosen." Staring at Petunia's big, teary eyes, Can't Miss makes a hard choice. She steps up to take her sister's spot, but then Petunia suddenly grins evilly and says, "If you don't come back, can I eat your pet hamster?" There's a guy in the audience named Peter. He's had a crush on Can't Miss for years. When he sees her joining the game, he signs up too, just to protect her. Can't Miss's boyfriend Dale can't join though. He has to take care of his grandma who just passed away, so he has to stay behind. The Starving Games kicks off right now. 20 people stand in a circle. As soon as the starting gun fires, they have to dash to the center to grab supplies. Can't Miss stares nervously at the other contestants. One of them already has got his own funeral planned.
Say your prayers, my son, because you are dead.
Peter is even more impressive. Right at the start, he uses a trick to charm Marco, the guy with insane fighting skills. But no one dares move. There are landmines outside the silver circle, and they only disarm once the countdown ends. Just then, Can't Miss sees 2 guys who were hired to do an opening dance for the show. They're still hanging around. Can't Miss tries to be nice and warns them, "This is the competition area. You should go back to the control room." As soon as she finishes speaking, there's a huge explosion. Both guys are gone instantly. This little opening drama, taking out 2 people right away, has the elites going wild. Can't Miss has a clear target, the bow and arrow set and the backpack on the ground. But out of nowhere, the referee doesn't want to waste bullets and takes out one contestant on the spot. Now everyone loses it. They all rush to grab supplies. Marco is the fastest. He takes down a contestant with his bare hands. The people who get weapons, they beat up anyone without one. Salika, the game's producer, thinks it's not gory enough, so he tells Siri to add over-the-top red special effects.
Siri, more blood.
Peter freaks out so bad he starts squawking like a chicken. He trips while turning around and runs straight into the nearby woods. Can't Miss stays calm though. She hangs back and watches the chaos, then sneaks over to grab a backpack and runs off. In the end, Marco survives the center circle with his brutality. Another contestant makes it too, but his junk takes a random hit instead. He dies such a useless death, and now it's already turned into a viral meme. Meanwhile, Can't Miss books it. She's hauling. The cameraman, who's supposed to be the fastest around, gets exhausted and slams into a tree stump. The elites start cheering and waving their hands. Compared to the fighting over there, they think this Temple Run style chase is way more fun. Saleka sees the hype and immediately amps up the drama.
Siri, slow her down.
Can't Miss doesn't see it coming. She slams into a tree and passes out. Saleka isn't done. He tells Siri to launch a missile attack. These are cheesy, low-budget special effect missiles. They rain down on Can't Miss, and soon the whole forest is on fire. But Can't Miss suddenly stops. She grabs a fire extinguisher and fights the fire for 6 whole hours, until she puts out the entire forest fire. This super responsible move wins the audience's cheers, but it only makes Salika angrier. He orders Siri to use the big move, an Angry Birds precision strike that hits for a 5,000-point critical hit. Before Can't Miss can react, a watermelon falls from the sky. She pulls out her knife and hits every vital spot. 3 slashes, 4 slashes. She even sets a new record for Fruit Ninja, but she misses an orange on the ground. That orange even smirks and mocks her.
Last time I saw tits that small, I was staring at a pair of kumquats.
So Can't crushes it under her foot. Can't hears someone chasing her, so she tries to climb a big tree. She attempts it a few times but can't get up. She stops forcing it, grabs a ladder, and climbs up. When she looks down, she's furious. Peter actually betrays Can't. He becomes Marco's sidekick, and basically his little fling. Can't is so mad she grinds her teeth, and the noise gives her away. Marco snatches a spear from one of his guys, heaves it with all his strength, and somehow, the spear circles the whole planet and flies right back. The guy holding the spear drops dead instantly. Marco and his crew plop down under the tree to wait for Can't. Can't gets bored and starts whistling. Turns out that whistle works like a charm. There's a little girl hiding in the tree across from her. She waves at Can't to signal her to be quiet. She points at the hallucinogenic beehive above Can't.'s head, then at Marco and his crew under the tree. Can't gets it right away.
Have the bees land on their heads. Okay, no, shoot.
She pulls out a chainsaw quietly, revs it twice, and cuts the beehive right off the branch. But guess what? The beehive lands right on her head. Marco's female guy gets crushed flat on the spot. Peter and Marco book it, getting stung by the hallucinogenic bees as they run. Can't.'s face becomes the bee's target. Her cheeks are covered in stings. Once the bee venom kicks in, she starts hallucinating. 4 rainbows pop up in the sky, her arms turn blue, and Can't transforms into a Navi from Avatar. She even meets a guy who feels like her soulmate. Tons of jellyfish-like sacred tree seeds float around them. Total romantic vibe. In that moment, she gently takes her braid down and gets intimate with her soulmate. She's fully wrapped up in it when suddenly someone slaps her a few times. It's Ruby, the little girl from the tree, waking her up. Ruby suggests teaming up. I'll lure Marco out into the open and you shoot him from the shadows. But Marco hears every word. He snaps, "You guys really think I'm that dumb, talking about your plan right in front of me?" Marco and his crew chase after them, cornering Can't with no way out. Each of the 5 guys has a special skill. Knife Guy, Brass Knuckle Dude, Axe Olaf with braces, Cheapskate Hawkeye, and Creepy Kid Assassin. But Can't stays calm. She decides to take them down one by one. Knife Guy scratches his butt, Can't hits him with a low blow that makes him double over. Brass Knuckle Dude adjusts himself. Can't charges forward with a punch, hitting him right where it hurts. Axe Olaf has braces. Can't yanks on his braces hard. Female Hawkeye has a face full of acne. Can't pulls out a tube of acne cream, then attacks her when she's distracted. Last up, the underage Creepy Kid Assassin. Can't goes soft. She pulls him into a hug to catch him off guard, then twists his neck in one quick move. Right after taking down the 5 guys, Can't turns around, only to get ambushed by Marco. He presses a dagger to her throat. It's the absolute last second when the referee blows his whistle. Game goes to halftime. Time for sponsor ads. That whistle saves Can't life. By this point, Can't is blowing up in popularity. The producer hurries to cut together her best moments and slap out merch to make a quick buck. Her action figures sell out instantly. As soon as halftime ends, Marco and Can't freeze right back into their last positions. Marco's about to slice Can't with the dagger when BAM! Someone kicks him right where it counts. It's Ruby! Marco flips out, kicking Ruby so hard she slams into a tree. Can't uses the chance to grab her bow and arrow, knocks it, and shoots in one quick motion. The arrow misses Marco, but hits Sai, who's in the middle of doing the Gangnam Style dance. Marco panics and runs for his life. Can't sprints over to the little girl and takes her hand. The girl begs to hear a lullaby before she dies. Can't sing to save her life, but she tries her best to hum one.
Not you, her.
And just like that, Taylor Swift shows up, holding an acoustic guitar and starting to play.
Please shut your eye, your life is fading out.
The little girl thinks she's gonna die, so Can't hurries to comfort her. You're not gonna die.
Yes, you are going to die.
Can't glares at Taylor. When she turns back to the girl, she's already gone. Can't is on her own again, until Snowballs changes the rules halfway through. He announces, 2 people can win now. Can't decides to find Peter and team up with him. She finally tracks him down inside a 3-tiered pink cake. It turns out Peter was Marco's birthday present. Peter has an arrow in his back, the wound's infected, and he's running a fever. The audience eats up this star-crossed lovers vibe. They're dying to see what happens between Can't and Peter. The 2 hide in a cave to rest. Peter can't stop staring at Can't. He works up the nerve to confess.
had a crush on you for the longest time.
Since elementary school, I'd follow you home every day after class. Can't Miss smirks. Having a secret protector like that actually feels kind of nice.
When you turned 12 and got your first period,
Can't Miss's face goes serious. Something feels off.
I watched you shower every night. And after you got out, I would pick through the drain and collect your hair.
Then Peter pulls out a doll. Can't Miss is shocked. How much hair has she even lost that he could make a doll out of it?
Not just one. Oh. That's you and me.
These are our 6 kids, and this is our dog. The director flips out. This is turning into some cheesy, over-the-top drama. The audience is waiting for action, not this sappy stuff. So he has someone drop food into the cave, with a note tucked under the plate. Encourage them to get more intimate. The steamier the better. They'll send more supplies the hotter it gets. Can't Miss has no choice. She has to let down Dale and covers the camera with a cloth, but she has no idea Dale's outside, losing his mind. He can practically feel the jealousy burning. To make it worse, there's a hidden camera in the cave and it's angled perfectly. The audience goes wild. Some even put on 3D glasses. Dale snatches a pair of glasses from a random person, watches for 30 minutes, then storms toward the game arena. He takes out the guards, grabs a rifle, and charges right in. When Can't Miss and Peter wake up, they head out again, ready to take down their last opponent, Marco. Can't Miss knocks an arrow, draws her bow, and has Marco dead in her sights. But the producer wants a crazy plot twist, so he brings in the Expendables crew. These guys are total badasses. First, their leader, Sylvester Stallone.
I'll give you a war you wouldn't believe.
Then there's Arnold Schwarzenegger, the Terminator, Vin Diesel, the Family Guy from Fast and Furious, and Jason Statham, the guy with the signature bald head.
Fire!
Machine guns start blazing, but Can't Miss, Peter, and Marco are totally unharmed. Why? Because Dale gunned down the Expendables first. Can't Miss hurries to tell Dale to leave. The starving games isn't a joke, it's deadly. Dale's still fuming about being cheated on. As he storms off, he spits out a threat.
But I'm changing my Facebook status to single.
While everyone's distracted, Marco grabs Peter and holds him hostage. Peter's so scared he starts squawking like a chicken. If Can't Miss misses her shot, Peter's a goner for sure. But Can't Miss stays ice-cold calm. She reaches into a picnic basket, pulls out a stale baguette, and knocks it to her bow. She lets it fly, and takes Marco down in one hit. The crowd erupts into cheers. Finally, the Starving Games has its winners, Can't Miss and Peter. They hug it out, but their joy only lasts a few seconds. The rules change again. Only one winner allowed now. Peter lets out a bitter laugh. Knew the organizers would pull something like this. Then he gets serious, proposing a plan. If we both kill ourselves, we'll ruin their game. He pulls out a handful of poisonous red berries and offers them to Can't Miss, inviting her to die with him. But in the next second, Can't Miss shoots him with an arrow.
Shit ain't personal. Strictly business.
The audience freezes for a second, then cheers louder than ever. Can't Miss is officially the sole winner of the Starving Games.
Best starving games ever!
Her performance is so impressive, it catches the Avengers' attention. Nick Fury personally invites her to join the team. If you sign on, we can make more Iron Man and Thor sequels. And hey, your archery skills are no joke. Hawkeye pipes up. Wait, isn't my thing archery on this team? Fury's tone flips instantly.
Shut your ass, Hawkeye. You're lucky you even in the Avengers.
Hawkeye actually starts crying. Can't Miss thinks Fury's being pretty genuine, so she agrees to join. The Avengers team heads out to celebrate with a meal, but they've barely stepped outside the Silver Circle when boom, the entire Avengers crew gets wiped out. This is the Starving Games, the hilarious parody of the Hunger Games. If you want to see more parody movies like this, drop a comment below. And if you loved this video, make sure to like and subscribe. See you next time.